Hi class 11. So today we'll move to the next subtopic of your third chapter, that is defining some basic concepts, particularly those of family, kinship and marriage. So you all know what family and marriage is, but I guess kinship is a new term for you people. So let's begin with the simple one, family. A family is a group of persons directly linked by kin connections. So you know what family is. So these are people like your mother, your father, your sister, brother, grandmother, grandfather, aunt, uncle. So that's your family with whom you have kin connections. So what is this kin connections? Kin or kinship, okay? So here let's go. So, kinship ties are connections between individuals established either through marriage or through the lines of descent that connects blood relatives, that's mother, father, sibling, offsprings, etc. So, kinship is basically connection between, connection between your family, which either takes place through marriage. So, like your husband and wife. Okay, first initially, okay, in the beginning, husband and wife, they are not related to each other, right? They do not have any kinship ties, but once they marry and they like get together, a kinship tie is formed. Okay, so there are two types of kinship ties. You can see it here. The kin who are related through blood, that is your mother and father, okay, or your sister, your brother, they are consanguinal kin. Just can you see here, consanguinal kin, and the kin who are related through marriage, like husband and wife, and your mother and father are affines or affinal kin. Okay, so there are two types of kinship. So there are two types, either through marriage or through the line of descent. Line of descent is how you trace your descendants, how you trace your family tree. Okay, so there are two types of kinship, and kinship are usually ties, okay, with your or connection between individuals of your family, which takes place either through marriage or through line of descent. So next one, what is marriage? Marriage can be defined as a socially acknowledged and approved sexual union between two adults individual. When two people marry, they become kin to one another. Like I told you, they become which kin? That is consanguinal, sorry, affinal kin. So that is marriage, okay, which is, marriage is socially recognized, okay, you know that, and it is a union between, it is a approved sexual union between two adult individuals. Please remember that. So the family of birth is called family of orientation, and the family in which a person is married is called the family of procreation. So right now you're not married, so you are living with your family where you were born to, that is your family of orientation. And once you marry and you get your own family and you you know build your own family, that will be your family of procreation. Okay, so what is work? Okay, so I'm going to read, make you understand only the highlighted portions as I've told you. So here you can see, you can just go through it. Okay, so here we can define work, whether paid or unpaid, as the carrying out of task requiring the expenditure of mental and physical effort, which has its objective the production of goods and services that cater to the human needs. So when we work, we produce something or we do something productive which will help the individuals, and it uses our mental or physical effort. So that is work, something which uses our mental and physical effort and produces goods and services to cater to the needs of the public is work. Okay, so modern forms of work and division of labor. So here, what is division of labor? It's basically like if you go to a shoe factory, let's say, you, do you think that one individual, one person makes the entire shoe? No, right? Like somebody will make the sole, somebody will design it, somebody will make the lace, somebody will make the I don't know what part, different parts of the shoe. So there is a division of one work, that is the separation of task. Okay, it's like even in your even in school, your teacher does not do the entire schoolwork, right? All that she has to do is teach you all. She doesn't have to come in the morning and clean the class or open the gate of the class, right? So there is division of labor. Okay, and that is division of labor, and that is usually there in a industrial setting or industrialized society. However, in India, despite of industrialization, despite of growing industries, there still is a large proportion of people who are engaged in agriculture. One of the most distinctive characteristics of the economic system of modern society is the existence of highly complex division of labor. Like I told you, the work is divided, and then people do the same work each and every day, so much so that they become specialized in that work. Work has been divided into an enormous number of different occupations in which people specialize. Like I told you, they do the same job all over again every day, so much so that they become specialized. Modern society also witnesses a shift in the location of work. Like earlier in the rural times, not rural times, let's say in before industrialization, before industries began to be developed, people worked at home. Okay, so their workplace was also home and their living space was also home. But with it, as industries grew, people began to, like, there was a separation of the home from of home and the work. So you cannot work at home, you have to go somewhere else and work, right? So that began. Before industrialization, most work took place at home and was completed collectively by all members of the household. So earlier, all the members of the household did the work together right at their own house. But advances in industrial technology, such as machinery operating on electricity and coal, contributed to the separation of work and home. Like I told you, growing industrialization led to the separation of home from work. So one of the main features of modern society is an enormous expansion of economic interdependence. So see, this is important. So what is economic interdependence? Like, see, we don't we as individuals, we do not produce anything that produce, like individually or independently, we do not produce anything which we require. Like we cannot build our own house, we cannot even grow our own food, right? We cannot make our clothes, we cannot uh, you know make or write books that we read. So each and every economic so there is a lot of economic interdependence. One is dependent on another. So those who grow food, they depend upon the clothes, the clothing industry, the housing industry, the banks, right? And then those who make clothes, they depend upon the farmers, the agriculture industry, they depend upon housing industry. So there is a lot of economic interdependence. One group of people depends upon who can produce a particular commodity, depends upon another. So like you look around your own house, there you have a house, you cannot build your house. You have food, you cannot grow your food. You have all these digital gadgets, you cannot make those. So there is a lot of economic interdependence. Okay, I hope you got it. If you have any problem, please ask me. Okay, bye bye.